He just dropped a career-high 34 points, so why are the Warriors trying to trade him? Jonathan Kuminga was supposed to be the future, explosive, versatile, unstoppable when he's locked in. But now, whispers around the league say he might not even finish the summer in a Warriors jersey. And the reason? It's not just about talent. It's about timing, trust, and a franchise at a crossroads. This isn't just another trade rumor. This could be the end of an era, or the start of Kuminga's revenge tour. Jonathan Kuminga wasn't just another young guy on the roster. He was the Warriors' lottery ticket, the raw, athletic forward with superstar tools, picked 7th overall, labeled unguardable in transition. Built like a vet, played like a spark plug, and for a moment, he looked like the future of Golden State. And when he dropped that 34-point career high, people thought, finally, it's his breakout season. He averaged over 16 a game, shot efficiently, and brought energy that the older core sometimes lacked. But what did Steve Kerr do in crunch time? He sat him. Game after game, Kuminga would light it up early, then vanish when it mattered most. And it wasn't because of injury. It wasn't because of matchups. It was trust, or the lack of it. Sources around the league started noticing. This wasn't about stats anymore, it was about belief. Because when your team's championship window is closing, every minute on the floor is a decision about now versus next. And for Kuminga, the Warriors kept choosing now, which meant less time, less opportunity, and possibly less of a future in the Bay. Trading Kuminga isn't as simple as calling up another team and making a deal. He's entering restricted free agency, which means any move likely involves a sign and trade, one of the most complex, timing-sensitive maneuvers in the NBA. And here sits the twist. Even if a team wants Kuminga, his current salary limits what the Warriors can get back. He's on what's called base year compensation, which restricts how much incoming salary Golden State can take in return. Translation? The Warriors would probably lose talent in the short term, unless they wait until mid-season. But waiting comes with risk. What if Kuminga doesn't fit? What if his minutes keep shrinking and his value tanks? On the flip side, what if he blows up and the Warriors realize too late what they had? Executives around the league say the return package wouldn't be star-studded. Think solid starters. Maybe a guy like Kobe White. Good, not game-changing. So why would the Warriors even consider this? Because holding on to Kuminga might cost them something else. Another shot at a ring. And that's a gamble this front office might not be willing to take. It's not just Warriors fans paying attention, other teams are circling like sharks. Because in the right system, Kuminga isn't just a rotational piece, he's a potential breakout star. The Chicago Bulls have quietly been monitoring his situation. They've got veterans they're ready to move, and they're lacking young, explosive forwards. A Kobe White for a Kuminga-type deal? It's been floated. Not flashy, but it gives both teams what they need. Chicago gets youth and upside. Golden State gets a floor general with playoff experience. Then there steps the Miami Heat. Of course, because Pat Riley lives for this stuff, grabbing undervalued talent and turning them into playoff monsters. Kuminga's defensive versatility, Heat culture intensity, and that chip on his shoulder, it almost sounds too perfect. And don't forget the wild cards. Teams like the Raptors or Spurs, loaded with flexibility and looking for long-term upside, could easily jump in. Even a 3-team trade isn't off the table if the numbers need to get funky. Because here sits what everyone sees. Kuminga isn't broken, he's unleashed in the right system. And Golden State knows that, which is exactly what makes this so difficult. This isn't just about Kuminga, it's about the Warriors' identity. Because for the first time in a decade, Golden State is stuck between two timelines and neither one is guaranteed. On one side, the fading dynasty. Steph Curry is still brilliant, but he sits 36. Draymond's defensive brilliance comes with volatility. And Klay? He sits not the same Klay anymore. This core wants to win now. No more rebuilding, no more waiting. And a young player like Kuminga? He doesn't fit that urgency. Not unless he's already polished and playoff ready. On the other side, the Warriors tried the youth movement. James Wiseman flopped. Jordan Poole became a headache. And now Kuminga? He might be next on the chopping block. It's not that the Warriors don't believe in his talent. It sits that belief isn't set enough when the window sips closing and you need impact today, not maybe next season. So with free agency looming, front office pressure building, and fans divided, The Warriors are being forced to make a brutal call. Keep betting on potential or cash it in before it sits too late. But here sits the thing. The Warriors don't have to rush this. There sits another option sitting right in front of them. Re-sign Kuminga now, keep him through the offseason and revisit trade talks in December. Why December? Because that's when the NBA's base year compensation restrictions expire, meaning Golden State could get way more value in return without the trade math choking the deal. And by then, Kuminga might have already silenced the doubters. A few dominant performances, a stronger role in the rotation, maybe even proof that he should be part of the win now plan, not someone traded away from it. Plus, if the Warriors stumble out of the gate, teams looking for a mid-season spark will get desperate. That's when you can flip Kuminga for something bigger, something bolder. The risk? He might not develop. He might clash with the coaching staff. Or worse, his value drops, and you're stuck with a disgruntled player and no good offers. But if he does step up, you just held on to one of the most dynamic young wings in the league and didn't sell low. And in a league where talent is everything, that patience could be priceless. The Warriors are standing at a fork in the road. One path says trust your vets, cash in your chips, and chase one last ring while Steph still has magic left. The other says ride the uncertainty, believe in your young core, and maybe, just maybe, build something that outlasts the dynasty. Kuminga is right in the middle of that decision. If they trade him now, it's a signal. Golden State's pushing all in for today. But if they keep him, it's a gamble on growth, chemistry, and a belief that this team can evolve without blowing it all up. No matter what they decide, this isn't just a roster move. It's a statement about who the Warriors want to be next. Do they double down on the past? Or start investing in a future that's still unproven but bursting with potential? Because for all the talk of systems, salary caps, and trades, this is really about one question. Do the Warriors still believe in Jonathan Kuminga? And in the next few weeks, we're all about to find out. Jonathan Kuminga isn't set washed. He isn't sit a bust. He's 22 years old, with a ceiling so high, most teams would kill for a player like him. But potential has a price. And for a franchise like the Warriors, where every season is measured in banners, not box scores, that price might just be too high. They've seen this before. Prospects who needed time that the dynasty never had. So maybe they trade him. Maybe they get a steady vet, a better fit, another shot at a title before the lights dim on the Curry era. Or maybe they bet on the kid. They give him real minutes, real trust, and let him grow into the player everyone knows he could be. One path is safer. The other could blow up in their face or lead to the next face of the franchise. Whatever happens, this isn't set just about Kuminga. It's about the Warriors choosing between comfort and chaos, between history and hope. And that choice? It sits coming fast.